Hey y'all, welcome to Crank That Whip, and we are going to go over
IID, y'all. Ignition interlock device. This device you do not want to have in your vehicle. I'm just telling you that right now. You don't want to have this in your vehicle, stopping you in the middle of the road to blow before you can continue. That is just like ridiculous if you ask me, but it's needed for drivers that can't stop drinking and driving. This requirement is for drivers who were convicted of DUI 2002 and afterwards, July 1 to be specific. You won't have this requirement for your first time offense, only if you blow 0.15 or higher or you have a minor in your vehicle. Now, if you blew 0.15 or higher on your first offense, you're going to have the ignition interlock device for a 6-month period. On the second offense for DUI, you're looking at a 1-year requirement for the ignition interlock device. And the judge can impose a longer time period. Now, if you had a minor in your vehicle on your second offense, or you had the blood alcohol level 0.15 or higher, you're looking at 2 years for having that ignition interlock device. The third DUI offenders are required to interlock device for at least 2 years. And when you're talking about 4 or more convictions, you're talking about 5 years of that interlock device. This interlock device costs to be put in your car, folks. You got to pay to have it installed. Then you got to pay to maintain it. And yes, you do have to maintain it because it will error out on you. You got to pay to remove it. It's just a cost all around with this interlock device. More money that you're going to have to be issuing out. When you fail to comply with the interlock device, your driver's license is canceled indefinitely until you meet that interlock requirement. There is a list of approved interlock vendors on the flhsmv.gov site. You can't go to an unapproved vendor or it won't be honored by the DMV. This device will have you stopping in the middle of traffic to blow. It has a camera so it can see who's blowing. You cannot eat certain foods and have certain drinks with this device because it will detect alcohol. And they tell you when you sign up what all you can and can't drink, and you will be surprised people still get canceled because they having a donut or having a whatever the case is, and alcohol is detected by that device and their car shut down. They have a violation sent over to the DUI school, which notifies the DMV at that point. This device is not something you want to have in your vehicle. Simple as that. And if you don't own a vehicle, guess what? To reinstate your license, if you have this requirement, you have to install it in a family member's or friends with their permission, of course. Because guess what? If you don't have the interlock device, and that's the requirement for you, you will not ever reinstate your license. You have to install it. And the time starts when you install it and get that restriction placed on your license, which is the P restriction for having the ignition interlock device. When you get that restriction, that's when the clock starts, that 6-month clock, that 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. That's when it starts. Folks get the interlock device while they ain't even driving and think that time counts. It doesn't. You have to start all over. That's why it's a good idea to contact the Bureau of Administrative Reviews before you go out and install that device, because you have to make sure that you're going to be ready to drive. It's encouraged, actually, that you wait until after your hearing, if you're sanctioned still, before you install the device. Not the DMV, not the tax collector's office, because they ain't going to know what they're talking about. Contact the Bureau of Administrative Reviews and let them tell you that it's okay to install the device, because otherwise you'll be wasting your time, wasting your money. You have to take it out, wait until you're actually eligible, and then go back and get it reinstalled. So it's a waste, you guys. So just make sure if you have this interlock device requirement, you contact someone in the bar office before you install it to make sure you are ready to go with it.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, follow, and watch.